In tourism, a journey with few amenities, usually to a remote area, sometimes for a scientific purpose. Let me clarify some of the words here. I think these are new to you. Actually, these are not. The word is tourism, that is the core part of amenities. See that. Tourism, what that in tourism, a journey with few amenities, what that means, facilities, is usually to a remote area. Remote means away from the main city, urban area, and these are hilly areas or village area which are far away from city facilities, sometimes for a scientific purpose. And the main purpose behind such a kind of exploration or expedition is called scientific reason or purpose. So this is called expedition. Amenities, the word is related to tourism. Amenities, I give you one example of homework for that you can easily do on internet. You have to go and you just check a look at one restaurant or hotels or lodge uh, website. They would give you this word amenities. And what is meant by amenities? The facilities specifically found in that restaurant or that hotel is giving to you or going to give you. Sometimes they would say that what amenities we are giving you, unlimited or full day, how much time you are spending there. You would get free Wi-Fi facility or free breakfast, free lunch, like that. But whenever they are saying free, that means they are having something, but that is hidden charge. But these are called amenities. So this is called facilities. Okay, so expedition means the journey which is having purpose, scientific purpose, any purpose or motive is there. I think you got good understanding of this word expedition. Already I mentioned you hiking, trekking, and mountaineer. These are all no doubt seem same, but they are actually differ at the level of difficulty. The most easiest part you could say that is hiking. That is on foot. That could be of 2-3 hours or 1 day or 2 days, but that is pleasuresome task at hilly area. But if you will see trekking, that is backpacking. Many times the word they are calling it, that is arduous job, and especially you are also enjoying that, but that is that needs a good enough skill and training. And mountaineering, you could say that it mostly troublesome task, and you must go undergo proper training. Already we have seen the second activity from the icebreakers, where you could say that for mountaineering all the things should be considered from time, distance, and all. So this is the toughest part, that is mountaineering. And in this topic we are going to deal with this mountaineering part. So students, you have got good understanding here of the words hazards, risk, mountaineer, trekker, and expedition. Now we are making combination of all and going for the answer. Discuss with your partner the various hazards and risks that a mountaineer or trekker has to face in an expedition. So see that here they want from you the list of hazards and the risk, means how much chance and about of what the chance is there uh, in the expedition, in the voyage or travel or journey of any mountaineer or trekker's life. So for that you must take a look of last video of mine, where I had shown you the images related to mountaineering, where so many things were their distance was their time, then clothing, heavy material they have to carry. So everything is there. So what I give you some of the points related this answer or response, but basically you should create your own answer for it, students. So the very first point could be said, that climatic hazard, what that means. Suppose it is stormy atmosphere, that could be the risk for mountaineer and trekker. Secondly, suppose mountaineer and trekker hadn't taken any proper training, that could be the great hazard or risk, or there could be more chances that definitely they are going to face any kind of accident. Then third one, that they must have the proper equipment with them, and they make all the time sure that whether that equipment is working or not, because we are knowing that once we are going at the top of the world, or how much we are going at the upper level, the oxygen level is becoming decreased and our body needs that much, and because of that we are getting exaggeration, and for breathing we are getting too much difficulty. So they must maintain that oxygen level, and that's why they must check that what is the usage, or how much usage of oxygen is being done, and how much will be done. So they have to take how much stock they are carrying with them of oxygen. Said next one is related mental physical fitness. Sometimes what happen, how much we are going at the up, because of the scarcity of oxygen, our brain cannot work properly as our body cannot, and the particular combination or that proper functioning cannot be done. So we can get miscommunication between brain and our body. So brain cannot think properly. So as in desert also we are feeling, suppose you are thirsty in desert area, you are feeling that very near there is the water, we are calling mrugajal in Marathi, where oasis or something in English. The same happens in hilly area or mountain. In the case of mountaineering, how much we are going up, we must be mentally and physically fit. Otherwise, such a kind of misfortunes happen, and we will be in danger. So mentally we should be fit, then proper clothing should be there and proper instrument should be there. So I touch all the main aspects over here. If you think much, you would get, or you can collect some other aspects of the same answer. So I advise you that you must think about it, and you should not only consider my ready made answers, but you should try to write that in your own way. Whether mistakes in grammar or don't care about it, we are there to clarify that, but you try yourself. Please do not use digest, you can use the textbook. In this particular topic also you would get the answer. I hope that you got answering or response of this particular activity. So I wanted to tell you that in advanced students, in the next lecture we are going to see this particular part, that is introduction of the author. So do one thing students, as homework. First you have to complete the icebreakers, all the icebreakers you have to complete. Then you have to read this particular part of introduction to the author, and next thirdly you have to read the topic at whole. So if you don't understand anything, don't feel worry about it, or don't get bored by the length of this topic. Do read that topic. If you get some new words, just underline them by using pencil, but not by using pen. I don't want anywhere pen on your textbook. Use pencil. If you feel that this is new word for me, then ask me that in online session, or you can call me and I definitely clarify your doubt related that particular word. So we will be in such a method, we will go in such a method so that the learning will be very easy for you.